Mr. 58 is the new 28. And I'm just logging in live to see what everybody got going on, man. What's cracking in y'all neck of the woods, bruh? Your boy just came back from a 4-mile run. And I'm a little tired today. Legs is on swole because I've been doing 300 squats a day for the last 2 weeks. What's cracking, y'all? What's cracking? Let me know what's up. Cool. See, boy, what it is, man. Figured I'd log in and check out my people, man. See what everybody got going on in the neighborhood. What you got going on in y'all neighborhood? Is it all good in the neighborhood? Man, it's one of them days, bro, where I had to put that work in. Came downstairs this morning, jumped right on it. Jumped right on it and got that work going. Well, bro, when they get to these legs, man, I told y'all I've been doing extra. I was doing 200 squats a day. And now I'm doing 300. I was doing push-ups, 200 push-ups a day. Now I'm doing 300. Sometimes, man, you just got to up the ante, man. You just got to up the ante. So with that being the case, yeah, figured I'd log in, see what everybody got going on. Y'all can tell me y'all stories, man. Tell me what y'all got going on in y'all neck of the woods. I know I'm a couple of minutes early, man. Sometimes I try to be a few minutes early. Better be early than late. They say 15 minutes early is actually on time. When you're on time, you're actually late. But I appreciate y'all for logging into my channel. I appreciate y'all for hitting the like button. I appreciate y'all for subscribing. I appreciate y'all for hitting the notification icon so I can be notified every time I drop a new video. And I appreciate all the love I've been getting from halfway around the world. Yesterday, man, I had people from all over the place. Ecuador, Spain, Germany, Australia, Texas, Florida, California, New York, Detroit. VA was in the building. Hey, look, man, I appreciate y'all. Hey, I do. I appreciate y'all, man, because y'all blowing my channel up, man. Y'all blowing my channel up. A lot of times people don't even get no love, man. And here I'm getting all kinds of love. So I appreciate that. That means I must be trying to do something right. I might not be great at it, but I'm trying. What we got here? ACBB342. What it do, man? Hey, look, glad you online, bruh. Glad you online. Hey, look, make sure when y'all log in, man, that y'all hit the like button first. Hit the like button, then say hi. What up? Because that's what the algorithm know that when I'm up here, I'm actually working and people are actually paying attention to me. They keep sending me out to more people. And the more people we get to talk to, the more people we can help. Jurgen, the GOAT. Jurgen, the GOAT. What up, man? What's happening with your homeboy? Glad you up here. For anybody that's new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If y'all don't know who I am, my name is Coach Carl. Mr. 58 is the new 28. I got 20 years in boxing, 20 years in karate. I'm a fitness influencer. I work out every single day, 7 days a week for 3.5 hours a day. Just came back from a 4-mile run. I think when I get off here today, I'm going to do some more calisthenics. I love pull-ups. That's my thing, man. You work your shoulders, you work your chest, you work your arms, you work your back. Man, I've been working out all day, man. I done worked out pretty much all day. But it is what it is. Because if you want something, you got to be willing to do something. Can't sit back and complain if you don't train. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Dark Clorox, what up, man? Alex Foley, I know you. What's up, coach? What it do, Alex Foley? What it do, player? Hey, man, I'm glad y'all up here. Glad y'all popped in to see what's cracking, lacking in the neighborhood. I can't wait for the weather to change, man, so I could clean my lowrider bike and take that joint out and show off a little bit. Man, I ain't had that joint out. I ain't had it out since, man, about 3-4 months now. Omar the Superstar, I see you, bruh. 7897. What up, bruh? Hey, look, man, glad y'all popping in and seeing what your boy got going on, man. Hey, look, I told y'all, I upped the ante on the workout, man, for the last 2 weeks. I'm doing 300 squats a day now instead of 200 squats. I do 50 squats, right? I take a 30-second break, and then I do 50 squats, and I do 6 sets. I do the same thing with pull-ups. I do the same thing with push-ups. I take a 30-second break or 15-second break between each set. Today I did something different with the pull-ups. I did my pull-ups 5 at a time, but I dropped all the way down until my arm extended straight out like this, and I was just hanging. Then I pulled myself up from the bottom, pulled myself over the bar, then go all the way back down, and then wait till my arm lock out and my body's just swinging. That joint was pretty tough. That joint was pretty tough. Yeah, man, I'm gonna remember your name, Omar the Superstar. You know what it is. Hey, look, the more I be up here, the more I recognize people, the more people recognize me, so then we can have a party, right? Clorox say I stay mad with him. Man, I don't stay mad with nobody, bro. When the conversation's over, it's over. It's almost like, when I had, when you have an argument with your best friend or with your girlfriend or whatever, once the argument's over, ain't no need me bringing it back up. I give everybody 25 chances, bro. 25 chances to crap on me. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is, man, sometimes people just want to use up them 25 chances in one day. You feel what I'm saying? But I ain't mad with nobody, bro. I can't be mad with you because God won't allow it. God won't allow me to be mad with you. Just think of if God held a grudge against everything I done did. Man, I done did so much stuff in my life. I'm 58 years old, man. You don't think I never broke the rules? You don't think I used to curse? You don't think I used to drink? You don't think I used to date all different types of girls, 2, 3 girls at a time? I was a player, man. But guess what? You got to put that card up every now and then. I had to get that black book to somebody young, bro. I can't keep up with that. Hey, look. DARYAK. What up? Like my bro, big bro love. Hey, look, that what it is, man. Like my big bro live, y'all. This my boy Fit Flame Mobile. I just saw you doing them jokes, boy. I'll put them in my routine, man. Hey, look, I don't even know how much weight I'm gonna use for that. I mean, cause I could do when I do regular curls, I use 25s, sometimes 30s, but I probably could do that with at least 20s. I'm guessing anyway, cause my forearms and stuff is pretty good. Man, dude, I did some pull-ups today, Fit Flame. Man, I'm talking about, I think I got them on my phone. I'm not 100% sure because I don't remember half the time which phone I record something with. But let me see if it's up here. But it's I record different things with. Look at these Jones. Look at these Jones right here. Hold up. When you talking about pull-ups, look at these Jones. These Jones. Yo, when they talk about real pull-ups, this is what they mean. I'm gonna drop myself all the way down to a hanging position, like a dead hang. A lot of times, man, I do like other people, and I fly through the pull-ups. Sometimes, man, you gotta do them Jones the hard way, bruh. Today, man, I did mine the hard way. I wanted to make the muscles work, bruh. Every now and then, man, you gotta try something different. I tell people, man, I done up the ante on my squats. I do 200 squats a day, 50 squats with a 30-second break, and I do 4 sets. Well, for the last week and a half, I've been doing 300 squats, 50 with a 30-second break, but I do 6 sets. I do the same thing on push-ups that I do on squats. Then the pull-ups, I said today I was going to do 5 at a time, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop myself all the way down to a dead hang and just hang there for a second, then pull myself back up. I did 4 sets of 5, and then I did 4 sets of chin-ups the same way, where I let my arm all the way down like this, and then pull myself all the way up. Then come all the way up and let my arm all the way down to the arm lock. Man, them Jones was tough, bro, real talk. Hey, look, that's what I'm talking about. That David Goggins pull-up, bro, where he ain't playing. Says, anything I can do to reduce cramps. I have 2 liters of water in my 2 hours of training, and we do professional level stretching, but I just got 4 leg cramps in an hour. Yeah, you ain't got enough water going in there, bro. You got to put some more water up in there. I drink a gallon of water a day. You got to put some more water up in there. And that's what it is, man. Stretch them legs out real good and put some more water up in there. You got to stay hydrated. And look, and that's how you do it, man. But it's all about stretching and staying hydrated. Man, boy, be charging my phone up with my charger. My charger be tripping sometimes. This joint just cut off on me. But got it back. Got it back. There you go. No, pull-ups not easy. No, they not easy. Especially when you do them like that. I'm working, bro. I'm trying to get to another level. I don't even know what level I'm trying to get to, dog. That's what's so funny about it. I'm just trying to get to whatever level my body will allow me to be at. I'm 58 years old, bro, but I'm still trying to work, bro. I try to tell people, if you could dead hang and then to a pull-up, then you doing something. I like to dead hang sometimes where you just hang from the bar, and I hang from the bar for like 30 seconds and then do one pull-up, and then hang from the bar for like 30 seconds and then do one pull-up. You reactivating your muscles all the time, man. You telling your muscles that it's not over. You telling your muscles that you in control. And that's what I like to do. I like to tell myself that no matter what, I'm in control. This, you don't get to control this body. I do. You know what I'm saying? Because your body will try to control you, but I ain't gonna let it. I control it. That's what I'm saying. Hey, I see you over there, Fit Flame, bro. I see you, bro. I see you over there working. I watch you every day, bro. We need to feed off each other. That's how we motivate each other. I'm going to give you a like every time I see your video. That's what it do right there. You know what I'm saying? We got to, hey, look, we're going to take each other to the top. That's what it do. Hey, look, I was telling my son about you. He was like, I'm going to go ahead and pull up his channel, man. I said, go and do that. Let him see let him see what it is. My son work out just like me. Well, both of my sons. One is in Maryland. The other one's in Germany. The one in Germany, his time is 6 hours different than mine. So right now, we're looking at probably about 8 minutes to 9 at night. He get up at 5 in the morning. Well, 4:30 in the morning. He be at the gym at 5 in the morning. He work out from 5 until 6:15, and then he do PT with the military from 6:30 until like 7:30. He don't got to be to work until like either 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So he got time to take a shower and all that. But he work out twice every morning. He just like me, bro. He ain't playing. He like, look, the military don't do enough for him. He in the Army. You know, he been in the Army. He at E5 in the Army. Hey, look, running is paramount to soccer. I mean, you got to run if you want to play soccer, because that's all soccer is running. You can't not be able to run. That's why I tell people, man. That's why I drink a gallon of water a day. So I avoid all them cramps. I avoid all them muscles that ain't being fed correctly. And you know I stretch. It's part of what I do, man. Stretching is like waking up in the morning. I wake up in the morning, start stretching. I go to bed at night, I'm still stretching. Because, you know, I stretch at night. I stretch, the main time I stretch at night is when I'm stretching my legs and everything. I know you done seen my videos. My, what I call it, kick practice stretching. Yeah, I'm real with it. I look, that's how I avoid it. That's how I avoid all them problems that people be having. Hey, look. Ryan Saunders, watch this. Anybody else up here can watch it, but this for you, Ryan. Then what I tell you, I be stretching every day, bro. But my phone don't shut down right now. I don't know why my phone be doing this crazy stuff, bro. I ain't lying. My phone be just decide it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Here you go, Ryan. I'm going to turn from a front kick to a side kick. Mid-air. Make that body do what you wanted to do, bruh. Make it. Turn the body. Get a different stress level. Then you can't be selfish, bruh. What's good for one leg is good for the next leg. So I say put the other one on the wall too. When you can do that, and you can kick people in the face. And that's what I like. I like to kick them in the face, bruh. That's what I try to tell people. Hey, look, people ask me all the time what type of stretches I do before I kick. All the way out. I don't do no baby stretches, man. I've been stretching since I was like 7 years old. So I can do all the splits, left split, right split, front split, hold my legs straight up in the air. I can do all that. And that's what I do before I start working out. Because if you ain't stretched and you pull a muscle, I ain't never pulled a muscle. Not in my legs. I don't think I ever pulled a muscle in my life. Nothing that I can remember. So it must not have been that bad. I don't get no cramps, none of that. Because I drink enough water. You know your body is 80% water. Anything you get in a cramp in is because it ain't no water there. Your body is 80% water. So that means there's water throughout your whole body. Anything that's getting cramped up ain't got enough water. All these guys want to drink, two 8-ounce bottles, 2 16-ounce bottles of water a day. Now ain't enough water, bruh. Shorten yourself on the water. Hey, look, that's like boxing. Hey, look, my team used to run 2 to 3 miles before practice started. Hey, look, it is what it is. You want to get the best out of your team, make them work. Hey, look, we ain't losing no fights because we ain't in shape. The only fights we ever lost is because the other guy was better than us, had a better strategy. It wasn't because we weren't in shape. I was on live yesterday, man, and my phone just went crazy, Joan. The Joan just died on me. Hey, look, it said I had 10% left, right? And the Joan just died on me. Cut me, slam off on the live stream. I guess that was the end of my live stream for that day. Sometimes it be like that. I guess the live stream was telling me it was time to go. I was trying to hold on. I was trying to hold on for a little while. Right now, I think it's like 40 degrees outside and the wind's still blowing hard. And they talking about possible snow this weekend. But I don't know, man. But I can't wait for it to get to like 60. When it's like 60 to 70 degrees, that bike coming back out. Y'all know I do the racing bike thing. I got a racing bike, bro. I take that racing bike. I can do like a mile in like under 4 minutes, like 3 minutes and 40 seconds. But I try to do like 20 miles. Every time I ride, it's like a 20-mile run. I'll be getting it. Legs be flying. I love a bike, man. Ever since I was a kid, I love bikes. And them racing bikes, man, I love them. Make sure when y'all log in online, y'all hit the like button. And remember, if y'all ain't a member of the channel, but y'all always want to be up here to see what we got going on, then please subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you nothing. And you can ask me anything. You feel what I'm saying? Victory JC111. What it do, man? Hey, look. I know people that's crazy like that could almost run that fast. I know some guys right now, dog, that's they running like 4.5 minutes a mile, but they like 18 though. You know what I'm saying? They just was born running. They don't get tired. They run track for school. They say they're trying to get it down in the early 4s so they can possibly try to make it into the Olympics. But yeah, I ride a bike. I could fly on a bike, but I ain't that fast at 58. What city and state I'm in? Hampton, Virginia, dog. Hampton, Virginia. Yep. Yeah, that's all I got going on, man. I just can't wait to get that bike back out. But I got an inside bike. Y'all see it behind me. I got an inside bike, a standard exercise bike, and I bust 5 miles a day on that. That's how I keep my legs ready for when it come time to getting out here. And right now, I told y'all I went from 200 squats a day to 300 squats a day. Say Houston, Texas, or Texas hometown. That's what it is, man. Hey, look, NXS world. Hey, look, it's your world, dog. Hey, look, we putting in time here. Hey, look, we putting in time here. If you look on my channel, this channel right here got right over 600 videos. Like I said, I got 20 years in boxing, 20 years in martial arts, and I do everything from karate, taekwondo, some jujitsu, definitely some judo, 52 blocks, if you know what that is. I do knife fighting, Filipino knife fighting, and screamer. I also do boxing and, you know, a fitness trainer, calisthenics. That's my thing. Calisthenics is my thing. But I also do weight training. I do everything. I'm a one-man band. I'm the example. If you want to know how to be in shape at 58 years old, then you're asking the right person. And if you ain't 58 years old and you want to be 58 years old, then you're still asking the right person. Because when I was 18, I thought 58 was old until I got to 46 and I was like, yo, I could change it. I could change the narrative. I could start working out the way I really need to. And by the time I get to 58, I'm going to still feel like I'm 28. Hence, 58 is the new 28. I run every day, 5 miles, 4 to 5 miles. It was 3 to 5 miles, but I don't really like running 3 miles. I feel like I wasted my time to go outside. 3 miles, I can get back home in about 22 minutes. That's too short of a time to be outside. I want to be outside at least 40 minutes. Yep, so I run 5 miles at 8 minutes a mile, sometimes 7, depending on how fast I feel like running. Sometimes I ball out at the end just to make it down in the sevens. You know what I'm saying? To make it seem like I did it the whole time. But I loved it. I love the game of being in shape, bro. When you're in shape, you get to pick your life. When you're in shape, somebody else get to pick your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So if you know anything about me, or you look at any of my pictures or my videos, you understand the only way I got here. I got here because I wanted to be here. Just for those that don't know my story, at 46 years old, I had spent 5 years pretty much training everybody else and not training myself. So I had gained weight for my size. I'm 5'6". I was 201. And I didn't look bad. I mean, my stomach, I ain't had no big bulge in stomach or nothing like that. Wide body, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't in shape. I knew I wasn't in shape. So the first thing I said, I need to get back down to my high school weight. High school weight was 130 to 135. So at 46 years old in 2013, I went on a Rambo, right? And I went changed my diet, started working out hard, everything. In 60 days, I lost 60 pounds. Then I got cut up. And that's when I started saying, well, you know what? You can change your whole life. And I started telling other people, you can change your whole life. So people started doing it. People started listening to what I was teaching and hearing what I was preaching, and they started changing their life. And now we got a whole movement of people that's my age, 58, that's trying to get back in shape. And I appreciate y'all for letting me be the guide, let me be the leader, let me be the first one. Hey, look. Primo, what part is cap? You ain't, hey, look, I ain't said nothing that was false. What part is cap? What, I ain't in shape? Or I ain't 58? Because that's the only thing you could be saying. So go ahead and spell it out. Since you on my channel, do me a favor. Hit the like button, then start talking. So what part is cap? The fact that I lost 60 pounds in 60 days? The fact that I got a six-pack? Or the fact that I work out every day? Which part is cap? Tell me so I can know. So I can know to stop lying about it. I was a wrestler. Victory JC 111. I wrestled in high school. John Terry, what's good, dog? Say, do you agree that everyone can punch, but only a few can slip? I mean, that's kind of common sense. Shoot, a grandmama can punch, but she can't get out of the way of a punch. That's why I try to tell people, before you think about hitting somebody, think about getting out of the way. Anybody can hit. Yeah, somebody said, the fact that I got a cap on is cap. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Because he can't say nothing else is cap. I'm just trying to figure out, when people say cap, it's usually because you told a story that don't sound true. So I want to know what part of the story don't sound true. I didn't say I could fly. I didn't say I could dodge bullets. I didn't say nothing that would have to be cap. So, I mean, use your words in the right context. You know what I'm saying? You just throwed it out there just so you can have something to say. And I promise y'all, I don't know Primo. I don't know Primo 978 no more than I know Primo's brother, sister, mother, or father. But I promise you one thing. If he up here hollering about cap, he under 21 years old. And if he under 21 years old, 9 times out of 10, he ain't in shape. That's why he got time to be up here trying to blast somebody else. But if I pulled him up right now, chances are he going to have video games on his YouTube channel, or he ain't going to have nothing. The last guy tried to blast out or tried to blast me out, I went and checked him. He had 5 people subscribing to his channel. And I was number 5. So let's get it real, man. Let these trolls keep trolling, man. Hey, look, the fact, oh yeah, hold up. Did people challenge you a lot because of your size? Talking about when you were growing up. Nah. Man, you gotta remember something, man. At 7 years old, I was in karate. At 7. That's when you're too young to challenge somebody. You know what I'm saying? At 7. So by the time I turned 12, when it's the natural age for people picking on people, I was already a brown belt in karate. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing for me to block something. It was nothing for me. Nobody could fight at 12. You know what I'm saying? Nobody but me. And the other guys that took the same thing I took. And by the time I was 15, 16 years old, I refrained from doing stuff that I could have done to people simply because I didn't want to go to jail, because my martial art instructor always told me don't fight in the street. By the time I was 15, I was boxing. So, I was 135, but I was fire though. And I mean, I spent my whole life doing the exact same thing. So who want to challenge a guy that's been studying for 8 years? And you just coming off a street fight. You basically a street fighter. Come on, dog. You know, I understood the street fighting game. I was in the street fighting game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know how it is. Hey, look, I ain't bragging. I ain't toot my own horn. I ain't pat myself on the back because I could have been dead. Because, you know, right now, you find somebody that's in the shape that I'm in, you don't fight them, you kill them. You take them out. Because who gonna fight a guy? Like, who gonna punch The Rock? Who gonna punch Vin Diesel? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got to think about it like that. So, I'm not out here bragging about nothing. But, hey, look, it is what it is. Let me see. Well, not everyone is going to know you. Oh, they knew my background. I stayed in the paper. That's the thing about when you really good at what you do. I stayed in the paper. I won national tournaments where people knew me in my whole state and knew me outside the state. DC, Maryland, Norfolk, Carolina. I was fighting in tournaments worldwide. So karate tournaments and boxing tournaments. I was in nationals. I was in the Golden Gloves. I was state titles. I mean, they know who I was. So when they talked about me in school, which is the people that knew me, the people that would challenge you, when they see me in school, they's like, yo, I saw your article in the paper. I saw your article in the magazine. I heard about the trophies you won. You know, blah, 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 blah. So everybody knew. So when somebody challenged me, it was like, they would say stuff like this. Man, I want to fight you, but you can't use karate. I only knew karate. I was 7 years old when I started. Probably younger than 7, but I was 7 when I went to a dojo. I was like 3 or 4 when my father said, hold your hands like this and do this. So they all knew me. So that's the trick to being known. When you well known, I mean, like, we all know Mike Tyson, but we ain't stupid enough to swing on him. We knew Mike Tyson. Everybody knew Mike Tyson from the neighborhood. He was known all over the neighborhood. So when you challenged him, you already knew what to expect. Well, kind of the same way with me. They challenged me. By the time I got 15, 16 years old, my goal was just to prevent being hurt by somebody else. I didn't necessarily want to hurt nobody, so I didn't want to really be in a fight because I wasn't taught to fight in the street. I didn't start street fighting until I was like probably 16, 17 years old. And that's when people really, you know, in your neighborhood, they just want to challenge you because they heard the reputation and they wanted to see if it was real. But you know, once you demonstrate your talent, that's the last person that want to challenge you. Then they want to jump you. Then they want to jump you. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool because I was 14 years old. I was in good shape. You know what I'm saying? At 135, I was cut up then. You know what I'm saying? So you got to remember something. I could kick. I used to demonstrate kicks on the bag where you jumping above the bag and kicking over top of the bag. You know, I had to do stuff. It was this guy named KD. And KD was like, probably like 5'10", 5'11", like 240, 250 pounds. Big, solid dude. He was a Marine. And when I used to walk down the street, he'd always mess with me. He'd say, throw one of them kicks at me. And I would throw a kick at him. And he would just, he would block because he was a street fighter, a big dude. And he was like, see, I wouldn't even worry about I wouldn't even let you kick me. I just grab you. He grabbed me one day and held me over his head like this. Had me about one leg in my side, my rib cage. And he had me over his head like this. And he was like, I just throw you somewhere. But we was friends, though. You know what I'm saying? Dang, what up? 1984, what up? So they didn't challenge you because everyone knew, but they challenged you because they wanted to test themselves. Hey, when I got older, as a young guy, nobody challenged you. But when you got to about 15, 16, you got guys that was smelling themselves. They was in the backyard benching, 200. And they was like, I'm gonna get him, I'm gonna get him. But they don't understand that we weren't the same. We didn't do the same stuff for the same reason. So we didn't have the same skill set. So, you get one or two guys that challenge you in eighth grade, ninth grade. By the time you get to high school, nobody want to mess with you because your reputation is already cemented. It's other guys walking around school that took karate the same time I did, took boxing the same time I did, was wrestling the same time I was. And so they kind of know. They say, yeah, he in shape. Nobody really picked on people back then. That's that new stuff. That's that new stuff. That's that 2026 stuff where people are picking on people because they smaller than them. See, back in my day, bro, we would fight. And we would fight till somebody couldn't get up. It won't no breaking up. It won't no, none of that. And so it was a different life. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the questions now, but it was a different life back then. But people did challenge me. But my goal was just to survive. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even really want to hurt nobody. If I could have, I didn't want to. It was plenty of times I seen where I could have did this, that, and the third, and I clipped the guy, got him on the ground, and I got up off of him. I ain't even hit him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you sweep people and let them fall, and then you just back up, and they be like, I ain't messing with this guy. They run or they say I'm done. That's it. And that would be it. And nobody bragged, nobody laughed. It was just like he tried you, it didn't work, and we move on. It was a couple of guys that was a little bit bigger than me when I was in, I think, 8th grade. I think about the 8th grade, 9th grade. Guys was something bigger than me, and they always wanted to, try to be bullies. And I allowed them to be bullies, man, because it's funny, man, because I was a thug. They just didn't know it. I just didn't want to show people. I felt like it wasn't, how should I say it? It wasn't, they weren't mean enough. I mean, they didn't do things with intention to try to hurt me. They just wanted to try to be the king. So I let them be the king. But this one particular guy, I can't say no names, but he just kept trying me. He was bigger than me. He was like 5'11", 6 feet, about 200 pounds. And he just kept pushing on me and bumping into me when he see me in the hallway. But what he didn't know is I was 16 at that time. What he didn't know is I carried a 38 almost everywhere I went. And at one time, I just thought about shooting him just for the fun of it. So that's how I thought. I was to shoot him just to show him that he not the king. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't though. So life went on, and then one day it just changed. One day he became my friend. And I told him one day, I said, man, I was gonna shoot you back in the day, bro. He's like, for real. I was about to shoot you because you was showing off. You was picking on me when times like I be dressed up, want to go out, go see a girl, and I gotta go past him, and he bumping me with his shoulder and all that, cause he was 6 feet something. I'm 5'6", and I'm like, what if I just go pop, pop, pop? Then I can get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? But like God kept me straight, bro. God kept me straight, cause I had an attitude for a while, and then, I just got stronger. I got meaner. I got faster. I started winning more. I focused on the ring. I started winning more tournaments. I started winning more karate matches, and I was fine with that because some of those guys looked like him, and I beat them up in a controlled environment. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, hey, look, life is life, man. Life be lifing. That's why I understand what a lot of people go through. I've been through a lot of stuff, bruh. And a couple of times, man, like I said, a couple of times, man, I'm not proud to admit it, but a couple of times I thought about killing some people just because they was trying to be bullies, and I just didn't want to be bullied. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you understand. You could bully the wrong person and end up in the wrong situation. It's just that I said, man, I'm like 16 years old, walking around here with a 38 in my backpack. I'm like, it's about time to change my life, bro. So first thing I did is prayed. I prayed, and eventually I had a guy that I met, I think I was 18. I met a guy named Rabbit. Rabbit was a guy that lived in Richmond. I moved to Richmond moved to New York when I was 18. 19, 18 and a half, 19. I was in Richmond, Virginia. And I met a guy named Rabbit at the car wash, Carpool Car Wash. He was a cool cat, but he had guns and he was into all kinds of stuff. So I was like, let me sell this guy my gun. Because my gun was illegal anyway. I ain't supposed to have it no way. I sold it to him because I wanted to get out of it. I wanted to throw it in the trash, but I kept thinking that somebody was going to get it out of the trash. So I kept it. In all these years, I kept the same 38. Never shot it. I'm saying, knew it worked, but never shot it. And then one day I sold it to this guy, man, and, that was it. I don't remember what happened after that. You know what I'm saying? I kept going. I started changing my life. I started saying, you know what? I'm better in a dojo than in the street because You know, I just didn't want to be out there, bruh. I mean, unfortunately, some people want to keep pushing you out there, but I didn't want to be out there. You know, I always said I wanted to go. So you know what I did? Real talk. At 18 years old, 18 and a half, I signed up to go into the Marines because I felt like if I'm gonna fight, let's fight for a reason. And so I made it through everything. Made it through the physical and everything. And then they bring you into this room where you have to stand like this. Your feet flat on the floor and you have to stand like this. And they was looking at was this part of your foot up to your heel. And they told me I had flat feet with no arch on my left foot. And that meant they gave me what's called a permanent no enlistment. That means that I was pretty much wasn't gonna be able to go in. So I didn't go in. And I ended up didn't know what else to do. So I came home. I was like 19 then. I came back to Hampton, which was Richmond and Hampton are like an hour and 15 minutes apart. So I came back to Hampton. When I came back to Hampton, I went to college and I went to barber school. So I went to college in the morning from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, different classes, and went to work at the barber shop from 11:30 until 6. And at 6:30 at night, I went to barber school. So I graduated from barber school and community college at the same time. And then I went to a barber shop. I was working in the barber shop the whole time, so I stayed there until I was 23, and then I opened up my own barber shop. So that's life. Life goes on. Kept taking karate, but I was teaching karate at the time and teaching boxing at the time. Hey, look, man, you see the medals on the wall behind me? They just medals on the wall behind me, bruh. That was a different life. The life I am right now is sitting in this chair talking to people. I don't need to show off. If you can see them from where you at, that's good enough. There's a whole bunch of medals from a whole bunch of places. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. I had 4 times those medals. But when you get to a certain part of your career, medals and trophies don't matter no more. So you start giving them away. You start giving them away to the people at the tournaments. You win a tournament, you get a medal to some girl, and she'll remember you, and you get a date. It's kind of how I was. I had little kids that respected me because I was pretty good at what I did. I put the medal around his neck. So I didn't keep more than half the medals I made. Those ones I pulled out of boxes and drawers because they had more special meaning to them. And I hung them on the wall. And I just hung them on the wall when I built this room. I built this room, this is a workout room. And I put the medals and a couple of trophies. You can see the trophies on top of the medals. So I kept a couple of from me and my sons. And because all 3 of us were still competing at the same time. I wasn't boxing when they were boxing. I was their coach. But when they were doing karate, I taught the karate class. Have I ever lost a fight? I'd be Jesus if I said no. Yeah, you're gonna lose a fight. Did I ever get knocked out? No. Did I ever get beat up? No. Did I ever just lose? Yeah. Most of the fights I lost, whether it was a street fight, a karate tournament, or a boxing match, you didn't know I lost. You thought I won. A lot of people thought I won. Some of the tournaments I was in, they was like, how you lose? I don't know. I'm not the one keeping score. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you lose. You lose a lot. But I ain't never got beat up in nothing. Unfortunately, God blessed me with the ability to keep from getting beat up. So yeah, I ain't never been knocked out. I ain't never been hurt to the point where I couldn't get up. None of that. I ain't never been took down. To be honest, not in a street fight, not even a karate tournament. I ain't never hit the ground. Not in a boxing match either. I ain't never even touched the ground. But I mean, but I know when I got beat up and when the guy was better than me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, sometimes he quit. And I'm thinking, why you quit? You was winning. But he just got tired of, I guess, thinking I was going to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because I stayed in the game, bro. I trained then like I train now. Hard. I trained like I wanted to win. What up, Bustin' Dustin? My dog, what it is, man? Up here politicking with some of the young bucks up here, man. Talking about real life stories. That's all. Real life stories. Oh, yo, and just for the record, I ain't never had nothing broke either. I ain't never broke a finger. I ain't never broke a hand or arm. Of course, I ain't break my neck. I ain't never had a busted eye. I had a black eye. And that's just because and that black eye came from a street fight. The guy just caught me with a good shot. I'm saying it ain't swell up or nothing like we ain't none of that. I just had a black eye, the little black part under the bottom of your eye. You know what I'm saying? But it was a trophy. You had a black eye, you had a trophy. In fact, that street fight I actually won. He quit. But I had the black eye. That was the first punch he threw, and I ain't see it coming. He stumped me. But it's all good though. Look, I knew when to quit. I knew if I had him in the choke lock, I knew when to let him go. Man, I wasn't that guy. I wasn't trying to kill nobody. I was just wanting to fight. Period. I want to fight now. At 58 years old, I still want to fight. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta realize you got limitations. God don't want me to fight no more, unless it's for a trophy or it's a medal. Did I know jujitsu? I had friends that studied jujitsu, and playing around with them, they would put a move on me, and I would understand what they were trying to do, even though they never was able to really lock it down. But I understood what they was trying to do, and then I said, "Show me how to do that," and then they showed me how to do it. So I got about 5 good moves. I could drop you to an arm bar, different things like that. I know 5 good moves in jujitsu. I know my father was in judo, so I know a little bit of judo. Taekwondo, I had a friend of mine that went to college with me. We traded Taekwondo lessons for free haircuts. So I would give him a free haircut. He would show me 1 or 2 things to practice in Taekwondo. And then the next time he got a haircut the next week, he told me to show him what I practiced and he would correct it. And that's how we did. And I learned Taekwondo for 2 years dealing with him. And he was a black belt in Taekwondo. And he also ran a Taekwondo dojo. He still teaches Taekwondo to this day. And I studied Okinawa Shorin-ryu traditional karate. But boy, when you know Taekwondo, it is kicking, and you mix it with your traditional karate, you're going to win a lot of fights. That's how I was. I just wanted to win, bro. And I wanted to train like I wanted to win. So all the stuff that I learned, even when I learned boxing, I was still competing in karate. So it's different when you ain't throwing reverse punches and when you can pat, pat, pat. Yeah, it's different. When you can throw a triple jab and then follow it with a front kick, a round kick, and then turn around and do a spinning back kick, because you learned I had put all those combinations together from Taekwondo. Then I learned 52 blocks because I had so many homeboys of mine that been in jail. And 52 blocks is like a prison fighting system, knowing how to throw elbows, how to block with the elbows, how to throw elbows and whatnot. And so I learned how to do that just because of guys that I dealt with. I lived in the hood. I lived in the hood, and guys it was a lot of educated hoodlums in my neighborhood. You know what that is? An educated hoodlum. Not a guy that didn't understand what he was going through. He understood exactly what he was going through. And he would teach it to me. And I'm like, okay, I want to learn it. I learned it day for day, dollar for dollar. I went over his house. He showed me the lessons. I put it together with the stuff that I already knew. Because like Borka said in Undisputed Fighter, and this was long before I ever seen that movie, I wanted to be a complete fighter. That's why when the opportunity came up for me to try to go into the Marines, people say, you should go in the Navy. You should go. No, I wanted to be a Marine. That was it. I wanted to be the best standard of training. I wanted to be that guy. But I never made it in. So then I ended up having to do other stuff. And I guess I probably just kept training. Say you love the turning side kick? Oh, man, I love every kick. I know they got the Masters divisions, man. Hey, look, it's never nobody small in the Masters division. It's always bigger guys, technically out of shape guys or much bigger guys. Guys that are like, 200 pounds. I walk around 140, cut up. I don't, if I want to compete against somebody, I want it to be somebody my size. I don't care, he could be 10 pounds over my weight or 10 pounds under my weight. Either way, I want it to be my size. They got the Masters division and everything. Boxing got a Masters division. The only thing I don't like about karate is traditional karate, which I have my degrees in. Traditional Okinawa Shorin-ryu. I didn't care about the weight disparity in that. I didn't care about the difference in weight because it was a belt thing. You fight against your own belt. But traditional karate is not, like, I don't like it enough to stay in it because I wanted to fight. You know what I'm saying? No just touch. I want to actually fight like kickboxing. I want to hit. And I want to kick. Yeah, but if you go to any boxing match and watch the Masters divisions, they all big guys. They just guys that still want to fight, but they out of shape. They ain't in their shape for their weight or their age. So I'm not in that bracket. I'm actually in shape, and I would prefer to fight a guy that's actually in shape. I don't want to win against somebody that's less my talent. I want to win against somebody that's better my talent, or at least equal my talent. And that's kind of, I don't have a problem competing against myself, which is why I kind of got the mindset now that, at 58 years old, you're not 28, bro, when it comes to just the things that the world offer you. You know what I'm saying? So what I do now is I compete against myself. So when I run, it's certain days I want to run faster than I did yesterday. It's certain days I want to do push-ups longer than I did yesterday. It's certain days I want to create pull-up systems that I could teach to someone else. My whole thing is, when my sons were younger, they did 10 years of karate and 10 years of boxing. And my goal was to put whatever I had into them to make them better. Now, of course, I had a whole gym. My gym was 2,400, it was 2,400 square, well, hold up, wait a minute. My barbershop was 2,400 square feet. My gym was 1,800 square feet, right? And I had 131 students. And out of the 131 students, 30 of them had pass books. A pass book is when you have like a passport so that you can box. You can't box without it. No matter what tournament you go in, you just take your passport. They open it up, they look at your name, your information, all the fights you had, what your record is, and all that, and then they stamp it. Every time they stamp it and they put the new fight, you're going to fight in there, etc., etc. And at the end of the fight, you get your book back. Your book says W or it says L, and pretty much that's how I go. I had 30 students that had pass books. My goal was to make everybody better. I had a lot of champions out of my gym. A lot of state champions, a lot of guys that won the Golden Gloves, everything. The only reason I didn't keep my gym is because my sons were my senior instructors. I had 2 sons and a guy that was considered like my stepson, my godson. And they all were the same age. Both of them actually right now they are 31, 32, and 33. My son is 31, 33. The other guy is 32. They were top of the line. Only thing is, they graduated high school and everybody went to college. The first one, 32, not my son, but the other one, X was his name, Xavier. We called him X. X went in the military reserves, came back home, and then went to college. My son went in the Navy reserves, came back home, went to college. My other son he went to barber school. Then he got out of barber school and went to college. So there was no one to help me run the gym. So I started pushing people off to other gyms. And then I became an instructor, head instructor at another gym. What do you think about people who say Chuck Norris is more legitimate than Bruce Lee? It's a bunch of bull crap. It's a bunch of bull crap. I don't think nobody is more legitimate than Bruce Lee. Nobody in the entire martial arts world would I put in front of Bruce Lee. Now, I put him beside Bruce Lee, but not in front. Chuck Norris's philosophy was he think he would beat Bruce Lee because he was already a professional. That don't matter. That's like saying a pro come to your gym. I had pros that trained in my gym that couldn't beat my amateurs. And I had elite level amateurs. They couldn't beat my amateurs. It is what it is. It's not about your title. It's about your heart and your skill set. And Bruce Lee had a immaculate skill set. That's why he's loved to this day. Ain't nobody walking around here talking about Chuck Norris. Even though Chuck Norris is great, but ain't nobody throwing Chuck Norris' name out there. They say Bruce Lee. You seen anybody at the house got pictures of Chuck Norris hanging up? Because I got Bruce Lee on my wall. I got Bruce Lee on my wall. Let me see. But Chuck Norris is good. He's great. I just think he's better than Bruce Lee. I don't think nobody was better than Bruce Lee. You'd have had to prove it to me. That bottom line. Just like I knew guys that was boxers, amateur boxers, that nobody couldn't beat. They didn't even go pro. They was good in the amateurs. And when we started talking about going pro, they said, I don't know if I want to go pro because it's a different level of training and you got to go somewhere to train and you got to have better sparring partners. They was making it through with just coming out the hood, coming from street fighting, straight to boxing fighting. And it was good. But they ain't had no aspirations of going pro. That's not what they sat around the house and talked about. My son, I only had one son that wanted to go pro. And so it was one of them. The other one said, hey, look, man, it was fun while it lasted, but I want to do something else with my life right now. He went in the Navy, became an intel specialist in the Navy, intelligence specialist. And trained with the guys over in Iraq and Afghanistan and Africa. He was training hand-to-hand combat with them. He was learning. That dude was good at everything that he learned. But he was naturally talented. My oldest son was good because everything we poured into him. We poured into a lot. Some people can just learn, and he was a learner. Won every karate tournament he ever been in, every fight that he ever been in. Had 42 amateur fights. Only lost like 6 or 7 fights out of 42 amateur fights. He was just good because we spent time saying he fast enough, he's strong enough, he mean enough, he's smart enough, he trained hard enough. And life goes on. Now he's 33, and now he's in the Army doing his thing, trained 7 days a week just like I do. He just sent me a picture last night because he had bulked up. He went to, I think, 169, 170. He 5'6" like me, but he bulked up because he was lifting heavy. He was lifting bench pressing close to 300, squatting and deadlifting 300, 400. I mean, he was doing all of that. And then one day he decided that it made him slow. He said, I'm not used to running 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes a mile. So he decided he was going to lose weight. So on Christmas, he said he was going on a diet. He sent me a scale last night. He 148.6. He done lost like 20 pounds. You know what I'm saying? He said he's trying to go down to 145. Then me and him will be the same size. Because I'm 5'6", 144 on a good day. I ain't never really much more than that. Maybe 146, depending on how much water I drank. Or if I just finished eating. And he was 148.6 when he woke up this morning. He said he trying to get a solid 145. And he getting cut up. He cut up just like me. I mean, the bottom line, we do the same thing. We train the same. It's funny because me and my oldest son, we so close in everything that we do that he send me messages and send me his workout plan. I send him messages and send him my workout plan. This him right here. He 5'6", 148.6. And he got hands. He always had hands. I wish I had some of the pad work drills and stuff that I did with him. Y'all would be bugging because you think I'm fast? Shoot. Hey, look, he's so fast that you got to know the routine. You can't adjust it. He gonna be there before you get there. The pad man got to be exceptionally fast to train him. This me and him training for a tournament. That was me training him. That's when I had the gray beard. That was me training him for a tournament to which he came in first place. Then after the tournament, he decided to go pro. Yeah, but like I said, and that's both of my sons when they were little. This is that son right here. The other son was a monster too. He was just naturally talented. He just decided one day he didn't want to do it no more. And I was like, okay. He gave me my 10 years. 10 years of boxing, 10 years of karate. Then he decided he just wanted to kind of do something different. And he's went in the Navy. This all 3 of us. And they both the same as everybody wanted to be like them because they train hard. They ain't wake up and just have it. I put it into them. We woke up in the morning and went running. Came home and started working out. They laugh about it now because this was our life. And we thought we was going to just own a gym. But the only thing about it, when they wanted to go to college, it's funny because they asked me. They said, do I got time to go to college? I said, what do you mean, do you got time to go to college? They said, because we got so much stuff going on. I said, nah, bro, this is my life. If y'all want to go to college, just let me know. And the youngest one said, well, I want to go to college. I said, well, I asked the oldest one. I said, what about you? He said, well, I didn't know if I had time to go to college because I'm running the gym. I'm training in the gym. I'm running the gym. And then I'm a barber. I said, no, you can go to college. You want to go to college? Go to college. You went to college to become a photographer. And the other one went to college for, I think, animation or something or other. Computer arts. That's what it was. Yeah, man. Hey, look. Love my life. This the life I put in for. This the life I got. I try to tell people, you put in for what you get. But look, I appreciate y'all because I know some of y'all ain't commenting up here, but that don't mean y'all ain't listening up here. Hey, look, and Victory JC 111, today was your day. We get to have those kind of conversations that we might well be talking in person. But look, anything else you want to know, please ask me. My life is an open book, dog. I've been married for 34 years, be 35 years in August. I'm checking that and see. I don't never play the lottery in the daytime, but I'm always checking to see what the numbers are. It ain't numbers I would have played anyway. That's why I said I would have wasted my money. I seem like my numbers always come out at night. I hit quite a bit. I think I hit for almost $500 last week just playing different numbers. I like it for fun, man. Just because I like to outsmart the computer. Because that's all you're doing. You're playing a computer. You ain't playing nobody that's sitting there picking numbers and throwing them on the table. You're playing against a computer. Anybody else up here got a question? Please ask it. That's what I'm here for. I got a few more minutes on this channel, and then y'all know. If y'all know me, y'all know I got more than one channel. So if you know me, I got more than one channel. I'm going to be on the other channel in a few minutes. I'm trying to find this guy. It's always hard trying to find people, man. That I used to be friends with this guy online, but I don't think he online no more. Just happy to think about him when I'm talking to y'all. I just found his gym. I want to go see him, but I got to make sure he's there first. All right, y'all. Well, look, let me get offline. It's been fun having a conversation with y'all. But look, all you got to do is if y'all got any questions about anything, please leave them under any video that you find on this channel. Any video, because I go back and look at the video replies and the remarks left under videos. So I go back and look at all of them every day. So if you leave a message, I'm going to get it. If you need to leave me a personal message and you're on Instagram, go to Coach Carl 757, all one word, Instagram.com/@Coach Carl 757. And you can send me videos up to 1 minute long. If you need me to look at something for you, if you want me to just have fun with it, hit me up. Once again, I'm always here for y'all. That's what I'm here for. So with that being the case, look, if y'all want to still converse with me for another hour, go to Coach Carl 757_fitness. This is _fitness_shorts. Go to Coach Carl 757_fitness. I'll be back online in about 2 minutes. Holla.